All right, we're going to take everybody to Minneapolis. Officials in Minnesota saying this morning the FBI is blocking access to an investigation into the shooting of Renee Nicole Good. That's the 37-year-old mother who was killed on Wednesday by an ICE agent. CNN's Brian Abel is in Minneapolis and once again at the memorial, the site of that fatal shooting. And Brian, officials in Minnesota saying the FBI originally agreed to a joint investigation with local and state officials. What's happened since then?
Yeah, Anne-Marie, good morning to you. So here's the situation with where that investigation stands this morning. It was supposed to be, as you mentioned, this state and federal joint investigation. That fractured yesterday with state officials saying that they had to reluctantly withdraw from the investigation. After the FBI took over, then more information started rolling out, discovering that there was mistrust between the two parties, mistrust that the information that would be shared would not be accurate. And the FBI was not going to give state officials access to case files without that. Makes the investigation not one that they can move forward with. So that distrust is what really separated the two there. So we are learning that. We are also seeing here, I want to give you a little bit of a scene set. This morning, we came here to the site of the fatal shooting here. You still see the memorial behind me, but police were blocking this area when we arrived here this morning. And the reason being is that you may remember the barricades that were put in place by community members here. Those barricades were being removed by the city, the Minneapolis Public Works Department. We saw trucks with the trash cans and things of that nature that were being used as barricades get taken away from here. And now, as a result, traffic is back open, so we're starting to see a slight return to normal here, at least in this part of Minneapolis. But that is not the case for the Whipple Federal Building. That's not too far away from here in the greater Minneapolis area, where we did see clashes between protesters and federal agents yesterday, using pepper spray at one point to get the crowd to disperse as they detained some people. We are learning this morning that barricades, concrete barriers, have been put up there, Anne-Marie, in anticipation of any more potential protest. We are also learning that the National Guard, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, has authorized the National Guard to step into protests and intervene if necessary. Still to be determined if that will be necessary, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, more protests planned for over the weekend. Meantime, yesterday, Vice President J.D. Vance said that the ICE agent is going to be protected by full immunity. What does that mean?
Well, and that is being disputed by people that by experts in that arena of whether that ICE agent can receive full immunity or not, or if he is subject to investigation. Because as we have heard, the disputing narratives here between federal officials and state and local officials about whether he was operating inside DHS protocols or not. We are learning a little bit more about that ICE agent. His name is Jonathan Ross. We learned about 6 months ago he was actually dragged and injured in a traffic stop. His arm was pinned in a back window of a car, and then he was dragged about 100 yards. He had injuries to his arm and his hand. Also in that situation, he did fire his taser. And this agent also had a tour of duty for the National Guard in Iraq in 2004 to 2005. So we are starting to get more information about that agent that fired those deadly shots. And that is one of the things that this community has been looking for, is to find out who this person is, to get that level of transparency. But also they want some justice for Renee Good as well, still to be determined if they will see the justice that they seek.
CNN's Brian Abel, there's an increased flow of traffic, also an increased police presence in there behind you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.